Hello social media. I'm making a very short video. I do hope that everyone's okay and not panicking too much about all this fear mongering that we've been getting fed. But because I believe that this plandemic, as everyone's calling it, is an international created crisis. So I'm going to share this with you because I think it's important that everybody see this for peace of mind. So according to the public health document on the government website, just 4 days before Boris Johnson made his speech about self-quarantining for everyone for 3 weeks, just 4 days before this, public health declared that corona is not even classified as a high consequence infectious disease anymore. So it seems it was classified as a high consequence infectious disease as an interim measure in January, and that was changed on the 19th of March. They claim that it doesn't fit the criteria, yet in the same breath they say that they still needed a national coordinated response. What the government's bringing out, this response, this corona response, but I mean, why? So, I mean, this states that in the UK, a high consequence infectious disease is defined according to the following criteria. Acute infectious disease typically has a high case fatality rate, may not have effective treatment, often difficult to recognise and detect, ability to spread in the community and within healthcare settings, and requires an enhanced individual population and system response to ensure it's managed effectively. So if corona, they've decided, is not defined by that criteria, then why all the fuss? And why hasn't this document, this declaration by the public health bodies, why hasn't it been made known, mainstream? Why is this just something that someone just happened to find on their website? So what is really going on here? Now, I have mentioned in several of my videos about how many high-level security meetings happened just prior to all of this. It kind of gives the game away. There was meetings in China during the military games with hundreds of military and security officials worldwide. It was called I think it's called the Xinjiang Forum or something, Ninth Forum. There was the 56th Munich Security Conference with 500 global leaders and defence ministers from all over the world. Why do you think these meetings all just happened to have occurred all before all of this? Now, I've mentioned also in another video that I made that NATO held a massive meeting in London on the 3rd and the 4th of December, and one of the topics was exercises which allow NATO to test procedures and tactics. And according to the link, NATO had recently boosted its exercise program, and in this article they mention how they plan in advance, which could be a live exercise or a computer exercise. Well, in this video, I will leave the link to it. We've got the Secretary of State stating publicly that this is a live exercise, and Donald Trump saying, well, someone should have told me. And I'd like to ask the question, why was mainstream media not mentioning that the Public Health Agency had downgraded that coronavirus into a non-high consequence infectious disease? Whilst the same week, the government and the media were advising people to shut up shop. This is, to me, this is the smoking gun, because they did not inform people that they'd made this decision. Why do you think that is? Because this is all planned. Alright, I'm illogical. Stay safe and thank you for listening. Well, hello social media. I hope people are keeping themselves positive in these bloody strange days. So I wanted to share some research with you, because as far as I'm concerned, we shouldn't just blindly believe everything that we're being told. We've got a right to know who said it, where do these facts come from, how did you come about these facts, what interests have you got financially in this information, and that sort. So as far as I'm concerned with my research, there's a massive conflict of interest going on here. So this is what I want to share with you in this video. In 2018, Imperial College, the University of Oxford, and the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine formed this group, the Vaccine Manufacturing and Innovation Centre, called VMIC, and it got started with a £66 million investment. On a side note, there have been many vaccine manufacturing plants throughout the world, all due to be ready for 21-20. Now, a week before the announcement of all of this, about this virus, which happened on the 31st of December, well, the week before, this supposed manufacturing centre, which is supposedly profit-free, just a week before, created a separate profit-making company, called VMIC UK Services Limited. A week before, and yet this very organisation wasn't supposed to be getting off and running until 2022. So basically all the guidelines on the pandemic worldwide, including lockdowns, how long this should be for, all the media information, everything, it's all been spoon-fed by the Imperial College. Well, basically, in a nutshell, we've got the same people who are feeding all the information, are the same group of people who've promised to provide the capacity of vaccines needed in a pandemic situation. So straight away, complete conflict of interest. So now, this other university that's involved in this little group who founded this new vaccination manufacturing outfit, the other university is Oxford. Now they've come out and said just recently that they think that the report that come out from Imperial got it all wrong, actually, and that it's flawed, and that everybody probably already has it by now, and the next stage should be testing. But of course, when we look at more into the research, who are involved in the new testing kits? Oh, of course, Oxford University. In desperation to shut people up like me so that I can't share research, or we can't ask questions and all that sort of stuff. So they're trying to hint at it being a criminal offence to dare to question any. So at this point, you should be aware, maybe you are, that the government's brought out a 360 plus page document, change to the law and our rights, on the back of all of this. I'll leave the link. I suggest that people read it. A COVID bill that allows forceful detainment, and of course all the 5G technology is getting brought out while everybody's looking at them. We need to be sharing as much as we possibly can at this point in time. We need to be letting everybody else know our views and share our research. That's what we need to be doing at this time. Thanks for listening.